Kuenzang Pula, you are watching Bhutan Today's face-to-face program, and this is your host Yisha Dolma. Kuenzang Thinley is the General Manager of Zhiwaling and currently serves as the Vice Chairman of Hotel and Restaurant Association of Bhutan HRAB. He holds a master's degree in business administration with a specialization in human resources supported by the prestigious 𝐊𝐿 scholarship. With over 18 years of experience in hospitality industry, Mr. Thinley has played a pivotal role in shaping human resources management practices in Bhutan. Prior to his current role, he has served as the head of HR for 16 years, overseeing a team of over 100 employees. Today, Mr. Thinley joins us to share his insight into human resources challenges faced by hoteliers in Bhutan. He will also discuss actionable strategies and the way forward in enhancing the workforce management and elevating the overall service quality in hospitality industry. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining me. So to begin, based on your extensive experience, what would you identify as the most persistent human resource challenges faced in our country, and why do this issue continue to prevail?
Kuenzang Pula to all the viewers, and thank you Ishi and team for having me here on face-to-face discussion. And it's a great privilege being here and to share my concern on HR issues. So before going into the HR issue, I would like to highlight the importance, why HR is important. Before we talk about HR issues, I think we should highlight the importance, why HR is so important, why HR is crucial in the organization. What I see is these days, I see the most of the organization, they tend to neglect the HR department. I think the owner, manager and the staff, they have to invest more on HR to make sure that the system is accurate. More than anything, I think HR department is a very important department which plays a crucial role, because HR department is a department which is responsible for managing the people life cycle within the organization. This department links to rest of the department. So before having HR department set well, I think other department is not going to run well. So everyone knows that the HR is a backbone of company. It does not mean the rest of the departments are not important, but HR department plays a crucial role because, as I mentioned, it manages the employee life cycle within the organization. HR department connects the rest of the department, because without having a HR department, how you are going to recruit rest of the department? HR department should have a good practice, good system to start with, because growth and success of the company depends on HR. Out of many resources, HR department is very important, because like resources like money, material and all, this can be managed by people, but people managing people is very important.
Right, sir. So with your unique background transitioning from head of HR to general manager, how do you strike a balance between meeting operational goals and nurturing long-term employee development?
Thank you. I think moving from the HR department to general manager is a big step, and I'm facing a lot of challenges. But at the same time, I mentioned that I think we need to have a proper system, HR practice. That is important. So I came through. I had an experience of HR, and it's easier for me to manage as a GM because dealing with all the employees and all those things. One of the important things is that being a GM, be it HR, I think the getting together with staff is very important. Like, we have to know what staff are expecting, what are the assignments that we are giving. We need to understand each other. We need to work knee to knee so that we'll understand their problem and all those things, so that we will have an opportunity to resolve this problem. So my concern here is, now these things are not happening sometimes. We just assign the tasks. Sometimes we are not being accountable, checking the process, whether it's going well or no. This is where we lack. So I should say that we need to focus more on that part to make sure that human resource system goes well.
Right, sir. So from your perspective, how effective are the current HR policies adopted by the hoteliers, and are this framework genuinely geared towards employee welfare, or do they tend to be more compliance oriented?
In terms of the HR policy, the current HR policy, we have initiated meeting last time on 22nd July. The main reason for initiating that meeting is to find out these issues, to make sure that we get the right issues to discuss and take further. So the concern is always there, because as I mentioned, the HR issue is going to be ongoing. If we don't start right now, it's going to get worse, because we are managing human resource. It's not easy, as I said earlier. So now there are issues, as I mentioned, there are common issues that we really need to work on it. So we are not really happy to see what we are following right now, because we tend to see most of the things are done verbally, and that is not going to help in long run. Short term, I think that will help, but long run, I think it's all needs to be done through documentation. And you know, for example, to do an interview, we have a long process to make sure we get the right person for the right job. But we tend to get shortcuts, and we tend to call an interview blindly without having any reference, without checking the background, and we land up mess, and that is not going to help. So that's why we found out that we need to really work on internal service rule. That is the biggest lapses that we have. Now you know that there are a lot of hotels, new hotels coming up. There are new owners, new workers. If we don't have that internal service rule, then there will be a problem between employer, owner and the employees. Right. So we need to really fix that problem, and we are working on that also. Later I will touch on that.
Right, sir. So, sir, one major concern raised by the hoteliers is that there is shortage of skilled workers in the country, sir. So, what gaps do you observe in the recruitment and training system that can help the hospitality services in the country, sir?
Yes, lad. This was one of the common issues raised by the hoteliers during the meeting that was held between Labour Department and HRB. The issue is there, definitely. The biggest issue is the skilled labor. You know that most of the people are leaving after working for a few years to earn more. That's the biggest problem. And here we have, to be honest, here we have a lot of people in the town. Now what we have discussed with Labour Department is, there are a lot of people in the town, they could not get opportunities for training and all those things, who are pass out, class 12 pass out. There are institutes, BEAT, REIT and all, they take only the people who have good marks. Selection will be there. Those people who cannot qualify will be left around. But there are a lot of people who want to really join hospitality and work. We have suggested Labour Department to get these people and train, so that employment opportunities are created. At the same time, the percentage will be brought down also. These are the ideas that we share to them also, because usually for housekeeping and all those things, for the basic level, we don't need skilled labor. We can groom these people and give them an opportunity. This is one thing that we discuss also. And in terms of skilled labor, we are going to submit lists. We are in the process getting the list from all the hotels, and Labour Department has agreed to take the list to the higher level and discuss and get especially chefs, F&B managers and the technician, all are required. These are the skill level that we consider.
So, sir, as the Vice Chairman of HRAB, what initiative is the association currently leading to standardize HR policies and ensure consistent service quality across the country?
HRAB has a lot of initiative in pipeline. What we need is cooperation from all the hoteliers to carry this forward. First thing we started with is very crucial, that is HR issues. There are a lot of HR issues, as I mentioned, a lot of challenges faced by the hoteliers, but by initiating this meeting, in collaboration with Labour Department, we have identified few things where we need to really focus on. As I mentioned, now we'll start with the ISR, Internal Service Rule. Most of the hotels, they do not have the Internal Service Rule. That is going to be the guiding book for the employers where they can go through. Because nowadays you see when the applicants come for the job interview and all, they will do a good research for the hotel, whether there is a good management, whether can I learn something from them. They will look at career, they will look at the environment that they are going to join. Sometimes they will not look at the package, because what they need is first environment, good environment where they could work. So that is one of the important things that will resolve most of the issue because of ISR. That is one thing. The other thing is that there are service rules in place also, but not implemented well. These are kept hidden. I think the management and the owners, the staff, they need to work together and make sure that this book is available for all the employees as a reference to, because end of the day, if something happens in the hotel, I think employer and the employer board will be protected by this book. So that's why we need to have a system rather than just working on verbal basis. I think that will not work. In long run, we must implement this ISR rule. As I mentioned, now end of August, Labour Department and HRAB will be going to Peru and we will be visiting hotels one by one, and we are going to support. Our job is not to impose penalty. Our job is to support, help, to make sure they continue this very important what we call the task, so that later it will be helpful for them only.
Right, sir. So, sir, you received the Nehru Want You scholarship and gained exposure abroad. In what ways has your international education shaped your approach in workforce development in our country, sir?
Lasla, it was a privilege to honor that scholarship that has been given by Nehru Want You through RCSC. This was in the year 2010. I've completed my MBA in HRM in the year 2012. It was a privilege to get that opportunity and pursue my MBA in HRM, and that helps a lot. I was out for 2 years, and I get to work with all the expertise who are good in HR, who are expert in HR. And you know that sometimes learning only theory is not going to benefit the HR, because I got chance to learn practically, visiting all the big company in India. We went around for the internship and all those things, so that helped me a lot. Actually, before that I was not HR, I was working as a store manager. So suddenly, as soon as I'm back, so I got opportunity to lead the HR department, but that was not easy also. I'm dealing with people. It's very difficult to deal with people, but I need to have I need to show my passion, interest, and because no one is going to be happy. To make it happy, I have to make sure that I have a good system in hand, HR practice. Without that, I think company will not have growth and success. So that had helped me a lot. And currently working as a GM also, by having that knowledge, exposure and all, it is helping lots. At the same time, I must not forget to thank my chairman, board of directors, management and team. So without their support, I would have not done this MBA, and this was an honor that I could take further.
Congratulations, sir. Well-deserved scholarship. Right. So finally looking ahead, what are the top 3 strategies, priorities that you think hoteliers must have to build resilient, skilled and service-driven workforce management in the future?
Plus, that's very important, and I have highlighted few things earlier. Now, we are going forward. We have identified few things where we need to really focus on and carry forward. We really need to action it, not just meeting, talking, sharing, suggestion and all those things. And the board members has been discussing, if we start, we have to end. So that is not going to be easy, by the way. So the first thing is that the issue that they raise is job poaching and hopping also. As a hospitality industry, that will happen. People go and come. That is the nature of job. But to protect that, the company, the hotel has to have a proper system. If the staff leave, if there are procedure, if they fulfill the procedure, if they fulfill the system, I think that is okay, fine. But without fulfilling that system, if one person leaves from one job to another job, I think the other person who is taking that person should check, reference check, and make sure that NOC has been received or not, the resignation letter has been submitted or not, all the clearance has been done or not. This is a responsibility of other company who is recruiting that person. So that needs to be worked in a healthy way, because now what I see is competition should be there in the hospitality industry. It should be healthy. We should support each other. We should not take skill level from each other without information, without having proper documentation, and we can't do that. Being a hotelers, we know that how we suffer when we do not have a chef, we do not have a F&B manager. These are the important people we really have to have in the hotel. So that's why what I would like to say here is, the hotelers, be it manager, GM, owner, whatever it is, I think they should have a proper system, check and balance, to make sure that before recruiting people, they should check, make sure that that person has done all the settlement in the previous job. So that is very important. And now there are people job hopping and poaching. Poaching is that people who take by paying higher. Now there is a job hopping also. The staff, they move from one company to another company because they look for better opportunities. Grass is greener on other side always. But I would like to advise to staff also, please make sure that do a proper research before moving. There are people who struggle in the middle. They do not get along with the other side. At the same time, they lose their job here. That is a problem also sometimes. So that's why the job hopping is mostly happen because people look for skilled leaders where they want to learn from that. And also they look for the salary package. But having said that, I have mentioned earlier also, most of the time what I see is environment needs to be favorable. Environment needs to be healthy. Where people can work, there should be an open environment where, as I always say to my team, open door policy. My office is always open. You come and check with me. You come and resolve problem issues with me. If you don't come to my office, I will not know what is happening there. So this is the process that we need to take. Otherwise, I think HR is going to be an issue all the time. And other thing is that I have touched on the ISR also. We are going to implement that. Apart from that, ISR includes all the details of staff. It's a manual that is given to the staff to go through. It starts from recruitment, selection, till the end, termination, resignation. Everything is there. You will see the salary range, your benefits, your timing, whatever it is, all will be included there, so that there will be no hassle, there will be no issue if that book is established well and given to the employees. Right now, the issues are more because of people don't understand what is happening in the hotel, because there is no proper direction, they don't know where to report, there is no proper induction, there is no proper orientation given to the people who are joining newly. They don't know about hotel, they don't know where to report, they don't know what is their task. These are all listed in the service manual booklet. So if we happens to follow this professionally, I think we are going to resolve a lot of problems internally. No need to always disturb government. We have a lot of opportunities where we can resolve. So I would like to advise and suggest all my hoteliers colleagues to make sure we focus on the internal service rule and implement well. Make sure that everyone is involved while developing this booklet.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate our discussion and it was valuable and significant. Kuenzang Thinley's insight highlights the critical role of human resource development in shaping the future of Bhutan's hospitality industry. His practical approach and deep industry knowledge serve as a valuable guide for hoteliers navigating today's workforce challenges. Thank you for watching. Until next time.